because everybody was locked up and locked in, um, they would do a duet. So I decided, well, why not just make some instrumentals for people to sing to,
That's right.
and so I started sing-alongs.
Nice.
And there were other people doing that already, but they would do it like, with a piano or guitar. I was doing full-on tracks. It was like production and even
Right.
adding like background vocals as well.
Sure, sure.
So that one, and then later on, I decided, okay, well, I need to find something that's going to work with the algorithm, something that's going to be a little shorter. So I started these riff challenges, and so it's basically, all right, I'm gonna play a riff from a famous song, R&B song, or what have you, or a sample, and then have people just identify it.
How would you like in terms of like when you saw the growth happening? Like, I mean, I don't know, last time I looked, you were like at 600 something thousand on
Right.
TikTok. Like when you saw the growth happening, you know, the cool thing about it is most of those people are just like you said, they used to be singers or people just grew up singing. They just love music. A lot of
Yeah.
these people are just fans of
There's some
R&B
dope
music
singers on it.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've watched a number of the videos and you watch it and you're like, you know, we think about the music industry and you think about the particular artists that actually get an opportunity to really, do it at this high level. But you can never forget about all the people who I believe are just the foundational pieces that keep this music even to keep the music alive because you have fans who just love the music. And then you have people like us who are musicians who want to sing the music or, want to keep it going. So you have people like that following you, 600,000 people out of that number. I don't know how many are former singers or whatever, or have a passion for it, but they all love R&B music so much. So you're breaking down Hall & Oates, you're breaking down Michael Jackson, you're breaking down all these big records. Talk about like how that, I guess, changed or affected your, I guess, the trajectory of where you are now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what that does is basically it's almost like advertisement. So it kind of puts me out, like going back to my statement.
Sure.
Industry is like out of sight, out of mind.
That's right.
So this has put me
Back in sight.
back in sight.
Cause you're hotter than a lot of guys. I like some of the other guys that we're going to be having on the show. That's big producers, big names. You are hotter than them. Like they have 10,000 followers, 50,000 followers. You have over 200,000 followers on Instagram. You got 600,000. And then these are like real followers. Like these aren't
Right.
bot followers. These
Right.
are, the
Right.
bots.
Exactly.
Right.
Not
Right.
bots for sure.
Yeah.
It's all genuine. I mean, and keep in mind that's taken like since 2020,
Yeah.
to build that, and it's been waves to where I've kind of reinvented the platform. It's like, okay, let me see how I can switch it up because I don't want people to get bored
Sure.
and or think that I'm a one trick pony when I have so much to offer, what have you. So
Right. So they're able to see you break down. Take me down that line. How does that work? You sit down, you pick a song, like what inspires what R&B song? What's your favorite one, rather? So favorite R&B track that you've broken down, you're like, I pulled up, I saw you did, which one? I think it was like Mary J. Blige. It was, I'm going down. It was one of Mary's records I saw you do recently.
it might have been Real Love.
Real Love.
Real Love. So yeah, I did an actual breakdown of that because I have a YouTube channel. Well, one of my 3 YouTube channels is based around like music production and whatnot, and I kind of posted it there, but also kind of, and this was like 2020 or 2021, something like that. But I also made a short form version of it to post TikTok,
Yeah.
and it's basically like, okay, this is where the sample came from. This is what the drum pattern uses.
Yeah.
Audio 2, top billing.
Yeah.
Where it came from, and then they put this chord over it,
Yeah.
and then it became,
So it's educational.
it's educational.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about social media. It's like people either want to laugh
Yeah.
or they want to give an opinion about something,
Sure.
or they want to learn.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm not really that funny.
Yeah.
So I'm going to teach people.
That's right.
Can we talk?